Hi, my name is Rolanda Viles Monforte, and I am immigration consultant at the law office of Jeffery in Toronto, Canada. Today, I'm going to be talking about the residency requirement for permanent residents. A permanent resident in Canada is a person who is not a Canadian citizen but has been given lifelong resident status through immigrating to Canada. Permanent residents of Canada are already citizens of other countries. However, permanent residents are not people living in Canada temporarily, such as a student or foreign workers. As a permanent resident in Canada, you will receive a 5-year permanent resident card, or PR card, which is proof that you are permanent resident whenever you travel outside Canada. You will need this document to enter back into the country on any kind of commercial vehicle, including airplanes, trains, boats, or buses. In order to renew your PR card after it expires, you will need to meet the residency obligation of being physically present in the country for at least 2 years or 730 days in a 5-year period. During the 5-year period, you can be outside of Canada for as much as 3 years and still meet the residency requirement. But if you have been a permanent resident in Canada for less than 5 years and lived the country for a long period, you might need to prove to the government that you can meet the residency requirements when you re-enter the country. There are certain exemptions to the requirement to reside in Canada for at least 2 years in a 5-year period. Such cases include if you are traveling with a Canadian citizen who is your spouse or common law partner, if you are employed full-time in Canada by a business or the public service of Canada and get transferred to a position that is outside the country. There are sufficient humanitarian and compassionate grounds, in your case, to grant an exemption to the residency requirement. In case an immigration officer finds that you have not been in compliance with the residency obligation, they can issue an order of departure requiring you to leave Canada immediately. You can also lose your permanent resident status if you are abroad and do not meet these requirements. A decision by the immigration authorities that you have not complied with the residency obligation will lead to a loss of permanent resident status unless you appeal to the Immigration Appeal Division within 60 days. On appeal, the Appeal Division will reconsider the facts of your case and can also consider any humanitarian and compassionate factors that exist prior to making a final decision as to whether you should lose your permanent resident status. I am Rolanda Viles Monforte. Thanks for watching.